What's going on, people? I want to break down to you this term called shucking and jiving. There was a YouTuber on here named David Carroll. A few of my subscribers are aware of. Some of my autistic people out there know who David Carroll is. Justin J knows who David Carroll is. And I want to just tell you that I think the first time I heard the word shucking and jiving, it was on this game. There was like a soundtrack to the game, right? The name of the song was called All Day by Abstract Rule. And he said the word in the song, and I didn't know what it meant. And what it means is when you are joking your way out of a punishment from an authority figure. So that could be a cop, a teacher, your boss, your supervisor, your landlord. It's like this, right? You standing on you standing on a corner, you're drinking 211s or MD 2020 or OE with your boys. And you're not going to work, and a cop pulls up and he wants to lock your ass up for public intoxication. I'm about to talk about that dirt bike in a second, but he locks you up for public intoxication. He tries to lock you up for public intoxication, and you all like, "Hey man, come on, cut a butter some slack, man. Come on, man. Hey, I'm just having some fun, you know. I don't want no trouble, boss. I don't want no trouble. Come on, man. We going to leave right now." And then he's like, okay, he's leaving, so let me not lock his ass up. That's a perfect example of shucking and jiving. Or Dr. King, when JFK, when he caught wind of the March on Washington, and he asked Dr. King, "Hey, what are all these Negroes doing out here, like marching? What's this about?" And Dr. King was like, "I don't know, boss. This was done by the people. I wouldn't do nothing except you, boss. I just rubber tub and I be good nigga, boss." And that's shucking and jiving, avoiding punishment from an authority figure, cracking and joking your way out of things. That's shucking and jiving. But I have my own definition of shucking and jiving. Shucking and jiving is not working when you're a grown man. Shucking and jiving is not taking care of your kids, your responsibility. Shucking and jiving is, just being what we call someone that doesn't give a fuck. They don't mind living off their woman. They don't mind smoking weed all day. Eating his girlfriend's kids' cereals or drinking their juice. That's shucking and jiving. Standing on the corner all day and smoking cigarettes is shucking and jiving. Selling dope and bringing down your community. That's shucking and jiving. Shucking and jiving is scamming people out of their money. Shucking and jiving is saying it's a school that's going to come this fall and it doesn't come. It's like he lied to the people the whole time. That's shucking and jiving. Shucking and jiving is, as much as I love Jay-Z, he's a great rapper, but shucking and jiving is bragging about stabbing a black man. But when you're confronted by someone that's not black, like a white person, and they want the smoke because you didn't call them on the phone, you just laugh it off and walk away. That's shucking and jiving. Shucking and jiving is telling people to check in my city. But when Sandra Bland is killed by a cop in your own city and state, you don't say shit about it. That's shucking and jiving. Shucking and jiving that's what my definition of shucking and jiving is. Okay? Because a lot of people, today at least, it's an old term, because people don't really, they still do, but people don't, when they see cops pull up, they don't always tap dance and put on a show. They did back in the day when they were scared. That's when you had the KKK, you know, and all other kind of white power groups. But sometimes when I serve these communities, and it's like I don't have a problem serving them, I always say to myself, we need to take notice of today's Ku Klux Klan. Because I always say to myself, when I see a black man bring down this community selling drugs, why isn't that a Klansman? Why isn't a crack dealer a Klansman? Or a fentanyl salesman a Klansman? Why isn't someone that goes on Vlad TV and discusses politics within gangs, why isn't that a Klansman? Why isn't, Big U, and why isn't the Rolling 60s called the Rolling 60s Klans? Well, that's corny. You get my point. That's what a Klansman is. See, being a Klansman, having an opinion doesn't make you a Klansman. Making videos on YouTube doesn't make you a Klansman. If that's a Klansman, I feel like we're gonna make it as a race. If that's a Klansman, if making a video about an opinion makes you a Klansman, we're gonna be all right as a people. Why don't we address the real Klansmen in the black community? Because selling dope, shooting other black people, that's what Klansmen would do. They terrorize the community. They just don't have the white sheets on. But, that's my take on that.